What's going on? IFBB Pro Seth Shaw here, and I put a little Q&A up on my Instagram story, and you guys gave me some questions, so I'm going to try to answer them. First question was, what does your back day look like? So I pick maybe 3 to 4 exercises. Usually I do a T-bar row or a barbell row, and I do one set there for around 4 to 7 reps, and then I'll move into like a pullover, and usually I use like the Nautilus pullover machine. I'll do, one warm-up set, then I'll go into my one working set, and I'll try to get around that 4 to 7 rep range. And if I don't fail, I'll continue to keep going through the reps until I fail. The next exercise I'll do is like a pull-up or a pull-down, and usually I'll use like a neutral grip if I do a pull-down, and then if I do pull-ups, I get a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. I just do one working set there, and then I'll pick like a machine row, usually like an underhand hammer strength row, and I'll do one set there to failure. The next question we got here is getting stronger without getting bigger. Well, you can get stronger without getting bigger. It just depends on how you're training. So if you're training more like a power lifter in a lower rep range, you can get stronger without getting bigger. There's many guys that aren't big that lift maximal weights. So just you got to figure out your programming for that. Isolation exercises for strength, smaller rep ranges preventing gaining size. So yeah, that kind of goes back to what I said before. Hypertrophy is going to make your muscles bigger. So hypertrophy is going to be gaining size. That's for that. My current training split in my current nutrition. So I train 3 days a week. I'll do like back and biceps on Monday. I'll take Tuesday off. Wednesday, I'll do chest, shoulders, and triceps. Thursday off. Friday, I'll do legs. And then Sunday, I always do a Kin stretch class. In my nutrition programming, so I have three meal plans that I have. I have a regular training day plan. I have a high day, and I have a low day, which is the days that I don't work out. And that usually is around 50 carbs for meal 2, 3, and 4. And then meal 5, there's no carbs. Meal 1, there's 100. And then I usually do like half a pound of meat per meal. The training day plan is similar to the off day plan, except it's like pre-workout. There's probably 25 more grams of carbs. And then the high day is around 100 or more grams of carbs per meal. How do I keep a tight waist? So I just think mine's genetic. Everybody always talks about, certain drugs or whatever makes your waist bigger. But I maintain a tight waist throughout this entire time. When I first started competing, I weighed around 180, and I think I had like a 28.5-inch waist, and now I'm like 260, and I think it's around like 33 or something. So my waist technically did grow, but I also put on, 80 pounds as stage weight. But you really can't tell with my taper. But I don't think like squeams or any of that stuff really works. I don't wear a belt when I train or anything like that. So I don't think that you need that to keep your waist tight. Just in the off season, I wouldn't try to pound too much food. I would just eat to your full and not overeat. I think the overeating stretches your stomach. So I would keep that in mind. Do I believe in the Dorian Yates method? Do I like it or don't like it? Well, that's the only way to train, because when you're looking at exercise science, to put on muscle, it's around 4 to 7 rep range and training till failure. So that's what I do. And if you're doing high reps and high volume stuff, that's not what exercise science is. And everybody will try to tell you that, well, heavy weights are worse for your joints. Actually, it's worse because when you're doing higher reps and more sets, that's actually more wear and tear on your joints. So that doesn't make much sense. The best way to target the biceps, really trying to rotate your arm over and try to pull up through. When you're pulling up through, you just want to try to meet these two bones together as close as possible. So it's not doing the rep, it's meeting these two. So however you figure out when you're in the machine or doing a bicep dumbbell curl or whatever you're trying to do, your main focus is trying to meet these two bones together as quick as possible. It's just always not just doing the repetition, it's doing what feels right within you. So that wraps it up for the questions and answers. I'm probably doing another one here next week, so hope you guys subscribe. and keep the questions coming.